Hello, this is Olivia.
And this is Tom.
Hi. La 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 la, how's this one? Say something, Tom.
Big Fat Willie.
Good afternoon. This is the EdwardAlice podcast, first one that we've ever done.
First one ever. Just making the tea.
Tom's just making me a delightful cup of tea. We're just going to sit and sort of chat rubbish, really, about loads of stuff. I mean, first item on the list of stuff that we've got.
Where's the spoon?
They're just over there in that cupboard there, top one.
This one.
Is just to chat shit. So we'll probably just crack on with chatting shit.
Yeah.
And then we can carry on
Chatting more directed shit. The kind of stuff with topic.
Yeah, just slightly more specific shit.
Sure.
So I'm Olivia.
I'm Tom, and we are in a band called EdwardAlice.
We're two of EdwardAlice. We've got the best one, the drummer. I hit a box. And then obviously the guy that just plays the toy instrument.
Yeah.
The ukulele.
There's two more of us as well, which you'll be pleased to know. If we keep doing podcasts, they'll probably show up.
Yeah, at some
through
point.
The thing. But yeah, first of all we're going to talk to you about recording, which is a bit more of a serious subject. And then I've got a fairly good point I'd like to bring up about medical television programs.
Okay.
Specifically botched bodies or botched up bodies.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, or embarrassing bodies. It's like an 18 of embarrassing bodies.
Well, that sounds fab. And I'm pretty sure the tea is stirred enough. Would you like to take the tea bags out, or are you going to just leave them in? Or?
Just use my fingers.
That is
Don't mind fingers, do you, Olivia?
What are you doing? That's going to be boiling. Oh my god, you're squeezing the tea bag. Okay.
I like my name. So the actor to the bishop.
So Tom, how did recording go? How did you feel it went? You're the primary songwriter. How do you think the songs have turned out on our new EP?
Well, I'm happy with it. Available on iTunes, Spotify. I am happy with it. I mean, it took us. We did work hard, and I don't know. There were definitely points where I thought this is super boring.
Yeah, it's quite a laborious task, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite a good word. I managed to get in there quite quickly, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Helen saw us through for the most part.
Helen?
Flanagan.
Oh, blimey, yeah.
Christian bought nuts.
Christian bought nuts. Which I'm not sure I'm,
Not in full support of
but whatever got you guys through the day, I suppose. I'm not sure recording's Christian's absolute favourite task ever.
Christian looks at recording like he looks at an exam.
Yeah.
Or like he looks at learning to swim. I think he'd rather not do it, but he accepts that he has to learn.
Yeah, it was quite a chore getting him.
To look at his little face halfway through, you'd think he'd died with his eyes open.
Yeah, it was pretty... But it was good, and Catherine was fab. Quite easily stressed out, poor Cathers. But, she got a lot done.
Aren't we all stressed from time to time?
Well, this is it. And obviously I was the best, so...
Well, after you spent an afternoon just slapping away at your what I can only see as a glorified tea chest. You didn't have a lot more to do, did you?
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah, microphone is it. Well, we did do that once, didn't we, when we were living in Brighton? Tom and I used to live together in Brighton, and we went and did busking. I was trying to remember the word then. We went and did some busking, but I didn't have a car at the time, so I just took a tea chest. But it went down quite well.
People liked it.
Quite enjoyed it.
We put the front of the drawer from the kitchen over the top though, because it was quite an old tea chest and it had started to rot.
It had started to rot, and I would have fallen through had you not been quite so
vigilant in my health and safety.
Sure. Yeah. Good. Okay, so you're happy with the recording? You think it sounded good? Better than the last one?
Yeah. Well, different, because this one we had a proper studio and stuff, whereas before, it was much more of it was a bedroom recording in the literal sense of the word.
A little rusty.
Yeah, a little rustic.
Rustic diamond. The diamond in the rust, as we like to call him. He's going to be famous one day, I'm positively sure of it. Maybe not famous, actually, but he'll produce, I think, some of the best albums to come in the future.
I did want to bring one thing up, actually. It's not on the list.
That's not allowed, sorry.
It's off topic from recording now. You were telling me the other day about this time when you kissed someone.
That's my dog, if you can hear him barking.
And I just want to get your opinion on it on screen,
yeah,
because you said you went in for the kiss, and he gave you he basically just ate half your face.
Oh yeah, the
old chin
face
hammock.
eater.
Yeah. He really cradled the underside of your chin with his bottom jaw.
Yeah.
And,
for somebody with such a small mouth, I didn't think it would be possible, But if there are any single people out there, I'm just saying, you don't know what you're letting yourself into. Because bad kissers look like normal people. They just look like normal, everyday people, and then one thing leads to another, and somebody leans in.
Because I have experienced that before, and not with Beth, just getting myself out of the rough there. I
can imagine Beth's a beautiful kisser.
Beth's a top-notch kisser. top shelf. And but I was fairly drunk, and so was this other girl. And she went in for the kiss, and she was quite a bit shorter than me.
Did she just? I
don't know what happened. I mean, I was trying myself. I felt like I needed a hand towel afterwards for my face.
It's bloody weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where do people pick these tips up from?
I mean, I don't know, but at a guess, I imagine she'd have had to drink some water afterwards, because if she wasn't dehydrated from the amount of slobber she left on my face. I mean, I felt like a sponge. It was bad.
That's awful. Did you have a beard at the time? Was there anything to buck it up?
It was kind of a little bit of a hip stubble, yeah.
Yeah, you can't quite hit puberty.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure you had hit puberty.
I hope so. but I've been drinking.
Yeah, so of course
you're not allowed to drink till you're 18.
I was terrible. I was about to say 17, but driving is 17, drinking is 18.
What's
Are you going to take that tea bag out?
No, I'm straining it to heat it, to give it more flavour.
Yeah, but it's going to taste all tanniny now.
But
I don't even know what tanniny means, but I know that when you leave a tea bag in for too long, it makes it taste tanniny.
Yeah, but isn't that the stuff in the tea that makes it taste of tea in the first place?
I'm quite happy with mine.
Well, stick to yours then.
That's hot. Okay. Can I have a spoon? Did you put sugar in? You didn't, did you?
I did. I put 2 in.
Did you?
I did, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that did worry me slightly, because I thought, I don't know, I mean, you come away from it thinking, are all future kisses going to be like that?
I know. You kind of start worrying.
And if so, what are the proper precautions that you should be taking? I mean, I was one step away from... I felt like I should have worn a bib.
Yeah, totally.
Something like that.
Absolutely. I think I was in exactly the same situation with the old...
said kiss.
Face hugger. It's just,
face hugger.
Just be warned. I think that's the EdwardAlice
rule
advice.
1. Pop it on the list.
Rule 1.
Full face kissing is a big no.
And we're
it came after recording, but whatever.
Oh yeah, sorry, I put it in the wrong place. But we're more than happy to take advice from anybody.
Yeah.
If you want to get in touch and get advice from us, then we're more than happy to do that.
Is there anybody out there who really likes full face kissing?
Actually, that's a very good question, because I've now had 2 experiences of the full face.
The old washing
kiss,
machine.
The washing machine. And you've had an experience, like, we can't be the only ones. I reckon it must be something that somebody enjoys, otherwise somebody would have put a stop to it. But then I didn't say anything.
Can you imagine, like... me and you, we're sat there after a night out, and you've gone and kissed some chap, and can you imagine sitting there and going, I liked it, but he didn't get enough of my face in his mouth, and I'm going, yeah, no, I know what you mean. I really like it when I have to sort of wipe just under my eyes afterwards.
The rest of my face.
Yeah.
And sometimes my ear as well, you just need to, he didn't quite get his tongue right in my ear.
Having your ear kissed is fine, and having your mouth kissed is fine. But how someone gets both in at once is absolutely beyond me.
I think we've made our
point. Like a snake.
I think we've made a a very valid point that people really need to have.
Yeah. Well, let us know.
Lessons.
Let us know anyway.
Yeah.
And we're happy to dish out advice.
Absolutely. Band at EdwardAlice.com.
Yeah.
Is that our
Banter.
address? Get it? Fantastic. Right.
Moving on.
I mean, this moves quite nicely. It's quite a nice segue, this, into the embarrassing bodies situation that you've got. You've been talking to me about this for a while. I don't really know what you're going to say.
I'll give you some backstory.
I'm a bit... All right,
about a week ago now. Well, maybe a bit more. I was around my sister's house, and we were just sat there. I think Big Brother had just finished or something. It wasn't the final. Okay. I think it was on where Lee got voted out.
Okay.
And we were just flicking through, and Emma goes, "Oh, botched up bodies." So we sat there watching it, and there was this story.
I mean, first of all, do you mind if I cut in for a mo?
Go.
Botched up bodies. Who thought of that name?
I don't know, but...
I mean, it's witty, but... Is it serious?
Yeah, it's serious, but I mean... I've got a couple of points to make on these medical programmes. One, why is it okay... Why is it not okay to show two people having full-on sex on telly?
No.
But it is okay to have a woman or a man... And in this case, it was a woman, sit there with her legs in the air and have a doctor put a thing up there so we can have a look in. I mean, it was bad. I'll tell you the story, right? This woman had come on. I mean, this woman had come onto the program, and she said she originally she'd had one bit was longer than the other, and she wanted them evening up.
Nice, okay.
And. And she went to this foreign doctor in a different country or whatever, because she could get it cheaper.
Oh, I see, okay, yeah.
And he botched it up. He cut them both off.
Oh my God. Shit.
And then she had, she was all teeth, no lips down there.
That's horrible, Tom.
It was bad.
Why did you just say that phrase? Okay.
And so she decided that she was far too embarrassed to go to her doctor about it. Best just to go on Channel 4. Best just to go on Channel 4 and then sit there and this is what I'm talking about. It flicked this image of her. It was only about 9 o'clock or something at night. I mean, kids are awake at that time these days.
I know.
And she's sitting there, legs in the air on one of those chairs.
The what's it called?
Well, I don't know what they're called, but you put your feet in the stirrups.
That's it, stirrups. That's what I wanted
legs
to say.
in the air.
Yeah,
my hands are up. I'm doing the legs.
And doing a very good impression.
And this guy put this thing up there. It was a doctor.
Hang on, what are you talking about? He put a thing up there. Are you talking
to
about
have a look?
Right, but did you?
It was like a thing. It went in and then it opened up.
Yeah, right. Okay,
yeah.
I've got you.
And they were having a look around, and
I thought we were talking about like a camera or something, basically.
I'm sat here watching it with my sister. For a start.
I mean, that's awkward in itself.
It was awkward, yeah. But we were just thinking, like, firstly, so what one bit's a bit longer than the other?
Well, this is it.
And why would you go to such major attempts to try and sort it out? Oh, you just... And we're sitting there, and can you imagine going into work the next day after it's been on telly? Firstly. No. But can you imagine going to work after you've had it done, and they're going, "Oh, you're walking a bit funny there. What have you done?" "I just had a minge tuck."
Oh,
so one of those. And then someone else goes, "Oh, one of those. Yeah, I had one of them last year."
You should go on Botched Up Bodies.
Yeah. Get yourself on telly. Whack it all out and then they'll do anything. I mean, it's a modern day freak show, isn't it?
I wonder whether people get, approached
because it's not
they've
dignified.
had stuff like this done. So say this woman had this really bad thing done, and she told somebody about it, a close personal friend, for example.
Yeah.
And then the close personal friend has a close personal friend who works for Channel 4, and they talk about it. And then Channel 4 are like, "Oh, do you know what? That's exactly what we need. Let's get them on the show." Yeah. Can you imagine the pitch for that? Like,
I mean,
okay,
so this is the phone call. You be the lady, and I'll ring you. Okay?
Do it.
So you've got an issue. I'm going ring 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 ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Channel 4.
Oh my goodness, am I on live radio?
No, it's a podcast.
Oh.
Basically, Jenny was in the studio the other day. You know Jenny.
Oh, my mate Jenny.
Jenny from the pub, yeah. And she basically was telling us about this thing you've got going on.
Right. What thing? Are you talking about the affair that I'm having with the... No?
No, I was talking about the medical issue where you had both cut off.
Yeah, I did.
Do you fancy...
Why did she tell you about that?
Oh, she's a nosy bitch, you know, Jenny.
Yeah, she's a nosy bitch. Bloody Jenny.
Basically, do you want to come on telly?
No, thank you.
Get it out.
No, thanks. Bye-bye. Like, that's what I would have said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unless they got you there under false guises.
No, thank you.
Or they offered you money. But they don't even offer you money.
Do they not
They're just
offer you
like,
money?
we'll fix it like any normal doctor would, but come on telly first.
I just can't imagine. And I mean, for you to be saying this, Tom, I think is quite profound, because you are the kind of person who would pretty much do anything for anything. I mean, what was it once I said, how much would I have to pay you to... I can't remember. I don't know.
Fairly small amount.
Yeah, it was something like, how much would I have to pay you to just streak along the beach or whatever? And you were like, tenner. I mean, that's pathetic. Like, you would actually get all your clothes off and run along the beach just for a tenner. I mean,
I think a lot
buy
of people
some
would
beer.
do that.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because it's not hard, is it? It's a bit embarrassing.
It is a bit embarrassing.
But, I mean, I saw this... I don't think we should discuss it too much more, but there was this guy, and he was on Embarrassing Bodies this time. And he was like, yeah, I keep accidentally shitting myself.
What the fuck?
A little bit of shit comes out.
Wait, all the time? Or
yeah, he was like, sometimes I'll just be, not when he sneezes, sometimes he'll just be wandering around and just smell shit. And it turned out he just wasn't wiping his arse properly.
What? Are you joking?
No, and the doctor was like, yeah, you just need to be a bit more thorough.
God.
And then afterwards, but the guy wasn't embarrassed about it. He wasn't like, oh my God, so embarrassed. He was like, they looked at him a couple of weeks later. He's like, yeah, it's completely cleared up. It's fine. I'm just so much happier now. Everyone, the pub's happier. I'm a landlord. Everyone, the pub's happier. I'm happier. And it's as if there's going to be no backlash, because they showed an image of it outside of the pub. It was like, I don't know what it was called, but you could go there, and you could. I mean, people will see him again after this.
Like, you wiping your ass right, Tony?
Yeah. And if you smell, and then for anything, if you go in that pub as a regular, you're never going to have to be blamed for a fart again, are you? Because it's always going to be Tony.
That's true.
It's really bad.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for bringing up such a brilliant topic of conversation. I think we've pretty much talked it to death.
Yeah.
Any questions or comments, suggestions, whatever you want?
Or what's the best Embarrassing Bodies thing that you've ever seen, comically? I mean, to be fair, these people are obviously in a desperate situation.
I don't know, though, because I saw one, I think it was the summer one, where people were going on really nice holidays and just getting sunburn. You know? It's like, just put fucking sun cream on. Yeah. Just put sun cream on. You're pale.
I feel like these people are, if you're too embarrassed to go to your doctor, and it's just you and him, and the doctor goes, well, if you're too embarrassed to talk about it here, why don't we just bring in a camera crew?
I know.
Of about
but to be
6
honest,
people.
actually, I think there's a valid
Someone's going to hold a boom near your
vajayjay.
Yeah, vajazz.
Vagina.
So that the doctor can talk and it will all be picked up.
But I think there is a valid point here to be made, which I just thought of, which I've forgotten temporarily. Mm-hmm. But I'm hoping that it's going to come back to me after I've sort of tapped my pen on this piece of paper enough times. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
That's it. There is a point, I think, to be made here about, for example, a line that I really enjoyed from it may have been in the book, I haven't read it, but in the Great Gatsby film, was somebody said, "Oh, I love big parties. They're so intimate," and that got me thinking, right? Because if you're, we always say when we're doing a gig, we much prefer doing it in front of people that we don't know. Because
hang on,
it's like a bigger crowd.
Hang on, I wasn't listening.
You were listening.
Sorry, I was just
daydreaming.
looking out the window. What were you saying?
I was saying that quote from Great Gatsby: "Big parties, more intimate." When we're doing a gig, can you stop looking out the window?
I am listening.
When we're doing a gig, we prefer doing it in front of people we don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering whether it's that same sort of logic that they would rather just get it all out there. Just do it in front of everyone. There's going to be loads of people there saying, "Don't worry, it's all good, you're fine, no one's going to laugh at you." instead of going and secretly going to your doctor. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't know my doctor. Like, he doesn't live around the corner from me. I don't give him a call. He comes on with his black bag. I go to where. Well, this is it. I mean, I know him by Doctor, whatever his last name is. Yeah.
Do you not know, or are you just not saying?
I don't really know because I don't go to the doctor that much. I'm still quite a young man.
Well, you're also just a man, and you just tend not to go to the doctor.
Well, this is it. I mean, I just don't. I can see no reason why someone who could. This is the only instance in which I can see someone needing to go on it. Is if you need a piece of surgery done and the NHS won't cover it, then you'd go on there and you'd be like, well, you know, my dick's hanging off, and I'd really rather not have everyone see it. But if it's the only way I can get it paid for,
I guess so.
I mean, if that was what he said on the channel, I'd be like, all right, this guy, and I wouldn't laugh. But it is comedy. That's the same thing as it's the same thing like X Factor, and you go on it and you see these people on X Factor, and you feel bad about laughing at them. Well, I do, because it's like blatant exploitation of these people who. Some of them are, you know, they're clearly like a bit.
You've just sort of twiddled spaghetti near your ear.
Yeah, but
right.
Some of them are just foolish, and when you and it's comedy, but it's comedy in sort of a macabre kind of way.
It's pretty dark, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sitting there, and you see Simon Cowell going, "Oh, you're terrible." And then the other judge is going, oh, you're terrible, you're terrible.
And then
but the other judge, I mean, he's gone through 2 auditions to get this. The other 2 judges have gone, I mean, the end of the performance and their mouths are like this. That's open. And I
don't think you quite got the idea.
And they go, oh my God. Where did you say you're working at? Chicken Factory. Writing this shit down. Chicken Factory. You were great. And then he's jotting on his pad. Absolute idiot. Or something like a knob jockey. Get this guy on telly right now. Ratings
will go through the roof.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I know that. I think that is terrible.
I mean, if you've got somebody who can't juggle one ball, then they shouldn't be let on X Factor, should they? Or
I guess not.
Britain's Got Talent or whatever.
But, you know, let's face it, it's just I mean, who wants another good singer? I don't understand why these programmes are still doing so well.
Yeah,
to be perfectly honest.
That is true. I mean,
that's a different
anyway. So,
right. Well, you know, I think we're talking, which is great. I have a question, Tom. Would you rather always have that sort of that dust from you know, Cheetos, the crisp? There are other crisp varieties available. What's-its, yeah. Would you rather always have that sort of dust on your fingers, or always have a bit of sugar from a donut around your mouth? Always.
That is a hard question.
Right? It's good. It's good though.
There are a couple of points I'd like to make about this. First of all, how much sugar would be around my mouth?
I mean, think about eating a donut. I'm talking jam in the middle as well.
I'm just going to outright say shit on my hands. Cheetos.
Right. Now, I originally said that too. Okay. Because I was like, yeah, but then you've always got a little tasty little snack.
Actually, all right, carry on.
Right.
I think I said the wrong one.
Okay, so you've always got a little tasty snack on your hands. And you're like,
you can lick your lips.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But then, a friend of mine came up with a very good point that you would also get dust and rubbish and
all sorts
of shit. Yeah. All on, I mean, probably shit too.
Actual
potentially
fecal matter
on your hands. So actually, that is not a valid argument for that particular would you rather.
Just quickly to go off point for a sec.
Again.
I was once talking to my friend Joe, and he put forward a very good point.
All right.
Which is, you know that antibacterial stuff that you put on your hands?
Yeah.
You know how that kind of sterilises stuff?
Well, yeah, but I don't know how it works.
It's alcoholic.
Okay.
So you have, say you put your hand in poo, and you go, oh damn, I put my hand in poo, and then someone, because this is the same, and you scale it down, but say your hand is covered in poo, like front, back, in the fingers and everything, under your nails, and the guy goes, oh, there's no water around, and his mate goes, all right, I've got some alcoholic jelly, lobs it over. rubs it on his hands.
Yeah.
Hands are sterile. But there's still poo on. You're still eating poo. Like, if you then lick your hands, the poo's clean, but it's still there.
Right.
I mean, how does that make...
I
that's what I don't get. Like, if I'm washing my hands, I'm getting rid of it. If I'm rubbing the gel on, I'm sterilising it.
But it's still there.
But it's still there.
Oh, fuck.
Then the idea of eating poo, the idea that I'm still eating it, puts me off entirely. So, I don't have it on me. I don't have the alcoholic gel. I don't put on you, but I don't have the alcoholic gel.
Man alive. I'd never really thought about it that way, I have to admit. But
that was quite an insightful
That is
thing
insightful, but the thing
is,
is, we're obviously in a reasonably privileged position where we can wash our hands quite regularly with clean water.
But if you've got no water, have you really got sterilising gel nearby?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're camping or something.
Yeah.
But
where are you camping?
I mean, in the woods or somewhere.
You not take some bottled water?
Yeah, but, maybe you've run out or...
It's a good last resort. It's a good last resort.
I think it's a good invention.
But you see people all over the place, and they'll go to the toilet or whatever, and they won't use a thing. They'll just squirt some of that gel on, rub it in, and off they go.
I don't think people really do.
People do that, man. There's dispensers for it in toilets, especially in festivals and stuff. I mean, I'll let festivals go because everyone's messy at a festival.
That's disgusting, but it's amazing.
If I don't come home with at least some shit in or around my mouth, I'm not happy.
Oh my gosh, the door opened. Oh, it's my dad. Hi, Pop. You can talk if you want. You don't have to make that funny face.
I was trying to be quiet.
You're all good. Now, this brings up quite another good would you rather, and it's on topic.
Okay.
Would you rather eat poo-flavoured chocolate or chocolate-flavoured poo?
How's the chocolate-flavoured poo been sterilised? Because then it basically is just chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're still eating poo.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather have the taste of chocolate in my mouth
than poo.
Yeah.
So you'd rather eat poo?
But what does the poo look like?
I mean, that's basically your...
Yeah, but in which case, is the poo shaped like a bar of chocolate, or is it like a Mr. Whippy on the floor?
I don't know.
What's the consistency of the poo? Has the poo been where is the poo? Is it on a plate next to the poo flavoured chocolate? Or?
I think So
because I think I'd be more likely to be sick eating poo flavoured chocolate than chocolate flavoured poo.
Well, this is what I think. But then you're eating poo. Would the idea of eating poo not make you sick anyway, even if it tasted like chocolate?
No, I don't think it would because firstly, I'd hope if someone was going to feed me poo, they wouldn't first tell me it was poo.
No, that's the point. They would definitely have to tell you. They'd be like, look, you've...
It's one of those questions that people have been searching for years for the answer, and it's probably never going to come out, is it? No.
Unless, and as a surprise, Tom, here, under the table, I've got some poo-flavoured... No, I'm joking.
So you've got the poo flavoured chocolate. Are you just going to go get the...
I'm just going to do a poo.
Have you been eating chocolate this morning?
Yeah, and then that,
That wouldn't taste like chocolate though.
No, it would just taste like
poo. Isn't the taste of poo? I don't think has a direct correspondence to what you've eaten.
It doesn't.
For the most part.
For the most part.
I mean, there must be some
certain bodily functions that do.
Well, if you eat a lot of sweet corn.
Yeah, but sweet corn just doesn't do anything. It just comes out the same.
It's good for you though.
Is it? What does it do? It comes out exactly the same.
Yeah, but it's fibre. Fibre fiber your insides.
But how? It's just these little
because it bumps along and dislodges all the shit. Yeah. It bumps along and it's like
that's true.
That is true. That's what fibre does.
It bumps along.
Yeah, it goes along and it kind of clears everything out.
Sweet corn.
Like a dustpan and brush.
Is it though?
Yeah, I mean, imagine it like this, right? Your insides are a hairbrush that you have covered in hair. Yeah.
Okay.
And
is the hair the food?
The hair is the little bits of food.
Yeah.
If you had no fibre, that hair would stay there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had sweet corn or fibre, like my hand, you can then pick...
Ginger's fibre, isn't it? Like the outside of ginger. Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, I've got no idea. If you have if you have sweet corn, it's like your fingers picking off the hair.
I know. I understand where you're coming from, but I would like to see this in action. Because That would be a really good invention. And I mean, I know this would never happen apart from in the future. But to have somebody, right, dedicate their body to science, but while they're still alive, and have a little window, you know, like into their insides.
That sounds horrific.
But just think about how much we could learn, because we could see everything happening. Although I suppose
I'm pretty sure we know how it works.
Stuff happening anyway, can't we? That's true.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes in and comes out, it's all fine.
But it would be quite good for you know, for schools and stuff. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
So
Like,
hang on. What you're suggesting for a school, like you go round schools, is a man who's been incarcerated for no good purpose.
No, it would be good purpose.
All right, and then what they've done is they've sedated him, cut a segment out of his stomach,
Just the skin.
and inserted a pane of glass or plexiglass, and then they wander him around the school with a tank top on or some shit. So all the little kids can see his insides.
Not a tank top, mate. A crop top, probably. Because
A
then
crop
at least
top,
it would
yeah.
show. Yeah.
It'd look like a kind of. It would be like the human centipede crossed with the Teletubbies, wouldn't it?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. The Teletubbies with the telly on. Yeah, I
Did you watch the Teletubbies as a child? Because that didn't happen. That's not how they came to be.
No, I know, but that's the image in my head. I was thinking the Teletubby, where the you know. Think of a Teletubby.
What was that program? What is it, like Extreme Fishing or something? Speaking of like it's like Extreme Fishing or something like that.
Yeah, what is that?
You know the one I mean?
Yeah. What is it though? Oh, Deadliest Catch.
Deadliest Catch.
There are other.
I watched that the other day.
Fishing programs.
And I watched it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was it was all right. He went and caught this huge fish, and it could have eaten him, and it's been rumoured to eat people and shit like that.
Right.
But then
Was it a whale?
I saw him the other day. You can't really catch a whale with a fishing rod, Olivia.
Sorry, yeah.
He went the other day, and what made it dangerous wasn't the fish, it was the fact that he went to Chernobyl to fish.
What? Why?
I don't know, because I just feel like he's... I don't know.
Bit dense.
Well, no, but I feel like he's gone, we've caught all the dangerous ones.
Guys, listen, we've...
How many fish are they really? They've gone... We've been doing this for 2 years, an episode a day.
Jesus.
Where are we going to go from this, guys? And they're all sat around their tables, and they're going...
We've done the tsunamis.
Yeah, why don't we just make the situation dangerous?
Let's go to Chernobyl.
Yeah.
I once knew somebody who worked for a sort of tent erection, if you will, company. I don't know why you're laughing, Tom. It's not a laughing matter. And one of the guys was talking to him and was saying, "Oh man, I found these amazingly cheap tickets for a holiday, really cheap flights, amazing hotel prices and all this. It's in Chernobyl. Do you fancy coming?" Who doesn't know about that? That's what I want to know. Apart from, granted, 3-year-olds may not know about Chernobyl yet, but I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure it comes up in your life.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, Chernobyl.
You know that you can't really go there.
Yeah. I know. Hang on.
You're texting.
No, I'm not. I'm downloading an app.
Well, do you want to not?
Well, I just thought to get the ball rolling on Would You Rather, I'd get a Would You Rather app.
It's pretty good fun. Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, you wanted to talk about embarrassing bodies, and one thing that I have been thinking about the last few days is where and how and who comes up with that doesn't quite work for all of those question words, but who comes up with the abbreviations, right, that you use on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere. So the newest one that I know of is Smith SMH, which I had no idea what that meant. And I know Brittany Furlan did quite a funny Vine about it, and that's where I started thinking about it, because she was like, "Oh, what is it? Just Smith? Is that it?" When somebody's just like, but it's not. It's shakes my head.
Shakes my head, as in like.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Dear.
Shaking your head. Shake your head.
Because what I've always done with that kind of thing, if I'm texting, I'll be like, if I'm trying to put across the fact that I'm I'm going to cry, for instance.
Which is often, yeah.
Yeah, I can only dish it out. I don't know if you.
This is it. You can only dish it out.
I can only dish it out. I will put in like little asterisks. Starts to cry.
Right, I do that sometimes.
I'm not
too
just going to
when I
go
say
STC.
No, I mean that sounds like an STD for starters. But
Yeah.
you know, but even if you were to put STC, would you then in brackets afterwards say, by the way, that's an abbreviation for starts to
How does
cry?
that get out? Yeah, how do they sort of popularise themselves?
Well, this is
Because,
what I want to know.
You know, it must take LOL for instance.
For instance, take LOL.
And someone and you're talking to someone you've never heard it before, and this person's like, let's invent this, and then they've gone, you're texting them, and I tell a joke, and they text back with LOL.
Yeah.
And you've never seen it before.
Yeah.
You're going to assume it's a typo. I mean, they must have
Yeah.
got together first, and he's gone, I've invented this new thing called LOL.
But who is that person? And why do they come up with so many of them? You don't need.
Yeah, but
to
I don't
that many
think
of
one
them.
person sits in his room.
No, I'm aware
he's
of
not
that.
up late.
I just
And
don't
you're
know
like,
why.
No, I need another one. I need an abbreviation.
I find it frustrating.
Could you get by entirely with abbreviations?
Well, this is it. No, you probably couldn't.
You mean no probs not?
But not isn't an abbreviation, and neither was no. And probs.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's just there's pointless.
Prompt. Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I'm all for. I understand, especially with things like Twitter. You've only got a certain number of characters, and you just want to abbreviate the shit out of that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And I do it all the time. I even do it in my own personal speaking.
I think it started because of text messaging,
language.
isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now everyone's got unlimited text. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But it does speed things
Because
up.
it does take time and stuff, writing stuff out properly. But I just want to know if anybody knows anybody who's come up with an abbreviation that has become popular. Because I'm sure there must be so many arguments out there saying, I came up with LOL. No, I came up with LOL.
Yeah.
Well, I came up with fuck my life. I mean, who
Yeah.
came up with that? It's rubbish. Nobody even says fuck my life in real. Let alone
What about piss myself laughing?
pissing myself laughing. No, that's the thing. You know, I could be like, oh man, last night, you know, Tom said the funniest joke. Rare, but it could happen. I'm nearly pissed myself laughing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know, you could say that in the real life. But you just don't need to. Whatever. Well, Rufflecopter. That is one of my favourites. But it's basically rolling on the floor laughing copter.
Yeah.
That makes absolutely no sense.
That might be like, you know, when Homer Simpson or the guy from Futurama goes whoop, 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 and then he spins. That could be a Rufflecopter.
Okay. I wonder if that's...
I'm just looking at these would you rather
What have you found?
things, and they are awful.
All right, come on, hit me
This
with
isn't a
one.
bad one. Would you rather be SpongeBob or Patrick? I'd say SpongeBob because he's clever
Yeah, that's what
compared
I'm
to
thinking.
Patrick.
But Patrick, can
And
you
he's got a job.
imagine...
And Patrick sleeps under a stone.
Yeah, but Patrick's so squishy. Can you imagine
Yeah, but do
being
you really
Patrick?
want to... Yeah, but then...
Being all like...
But if you were SpongeBob, you could enjoy the squishiness.
I don't know if Patrick and SpongeBob spoon very often, but if I was Patrick, imagine going to sleep. You'd be like, oh, I'm so squishy, I'm just going to squish myself.
Well, this is it.
I would rather be SpongeBob, yeah, obviously.
Would you rather...
Is this from the app, or are you just thinking
This
of
is what I'm
this?
just coming up with now.
Right.
I'm just trying to, in my brain, censor things out that are clearly not appropriate for anyone else.
Well, you're not very good at that, so maybe just use the app. I mean, you're just quite an explicit man. You just don't come across very well. I think we've had this conversation.
Would you
before.
rather have
Oh, God.
2 willies or 3 boobs?
Well, I'm a girl, so I'd probably rather not have 2 willies.
Yeah, but no one would
and
see
2
the 2
boobs.
willies.
Right.
But you're going to be walking around with 3 tits.
I mean...
3. Like the one of Total Recall. The first Total Recall where it's bad makeup.
I mean, for anybody who knows me, you know that there's really not much going on up top anyway.
And also,
so
if you had
I could
3,
probably get away with
if you
it.
had 3, would you like one each side to be saggy, so it could be like one of those Newton things where you tap one and then it taps across the other and then taps back again?
Yeah, okay.
Or do you need 4 for that?
You would need
Or
4.
5?
You would
Probably
need,
5.
I think you would need, and also they would need to be quite heavy,
Yeah.
and they need to be exactly the same
Size.
size.
I
and
mean,
weight,
the
and
third
that
one would
wouldn't
have
happen.
to be not floppy but lower down, so that the The pendulum effect.
I don't think that's the reason why people would get. Maybe it's going to get therapist, but why? What would you go for?
2 penises.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well,
I'd be like, can I just have one?
I mean, are these getting inserted?
Super penis.
Or is this from birth or what?
I don't know. And if you had to have 2 penises, would you rather them side by side or one on top of the other?
Or could you just have it anywhere? You could have it like
on your back.
On your back, yeah, like by your bum.
Yeah. She'd be sitting there and someone would brush up against you and dance for a bit.
Oh, excuse me.
Just behind me, excuse me.
Yeah.
And they go, have you got a spanner in your back pocket? No, it's my back erection. My back erection.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, really good. And then someone would be like, excuse me, are you stealing that video? Nobody goes to video stores anymore, I'm just saying. But somebody would be like, are you stealing that video or that book or something? You'd be like, no, it's just my back erection.
Are you picking that girl's pocket in the subway? Behind... Oh, no, it's my...
It's just my back erection.
Another penis.
Yeah. Why have you got another penis?
Why haven't you got another? Wouldn't it be funny if I was... Because I've obviously only got one penis. But wouldn't it be funny if I'd never discussed it and it turned out that I was the other one? So I'm walking around and one day I decided I was looking on telly the other day on Embarrassing Bodies. And there was a guy on there with 2 penises.
And
Crazy,
I'm Christian, and I'm like,
and Christian
well, yeah. I mean, but what was wrong with the 2 penises?
And I'm like, no, he just had 2.
And I'd be like, but what was wrong with? I mean, was there something wrong with one of them, or was were they different sizes? I mean,
yeah. And then he goes, wait, have you only?
Wait, you've only got one.
And I'm gonna end up, and I'm like, oh
shit, that's
Jesus.
awkward. And I'd be like, Tom, you've only got one penis.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why haven't you been on Embarrassing Bodies about this yet?
I don't know. And I'd get on there.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
I mean, to be fair though, if I had 2 penises, I feel like it would be something I'd want to share. So I would go on Embarrassing Bodies.
Well, this is it. Maybe this is why people do it.
No, because you don't have like a smelly whatever. And you go in there and you're like, I really want to have sex, but it's too smelly. No one's going to go near you after that, are they? No. Unless you've had sex with so many people that everyone knows it's smelly. So you go on there and they fix it on telly so everyone knows it's not smelly. And
then you can go and sleep with them all again.
And then everyone will know. They'll be like, his penis used to smell, but he went on Embarrassing Bodies and I saw it and now he's fine.
And he was great, so I'm going to...
And apart from that, he was great in bed, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, yeah, sure, Tom.
Exactly.
I think I'm not sure about the 3 boobs, 2 penis thing because it's just one extra of what you've already got.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not really. I don't know. 2 penises is weird.
So 3 boobies.
It wouldn't be weird if we were used to it, would it now, Tom?
That's not very insightful. This reminds me of a story that I posed to my friend Neil in the park.
You don't have a friend called Neil?
I sure do. And I think we're going to make a little story about it. And basically, imagine, right, if Hitler was there with his generals.
Was where? In the pub with you and Neil?
No. Like, this is like during World War II, he's at his table.
Right.
And he makes a comment about Jewish people.
Yeah.
And he goes away, and then he falls ill for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he sits down and he goes, right, I'm feeling much better now, thanks guys. And they go, Hitler, Adolf, probably call him Adolf. And he goes, yes.
That was oh my God, that was awful.
They go, Hitler, and he goes, yeah.
Yeah.
We did it. And he goes, did what? Well, you know that thing. What? No, what? What do you mean? And, well, that thing about the Jews.
Yeah.
And Hitler goes, what thing? You know, you said you wanted them all dead. And he goes, what?
Did I?
That was only a... You haven't. And he goes, yeah, no, they're all gone. All gone, except a few. We'll get them. And Hitler just puts his hand in his face in his hand and just goes, you have not just done what Winston is going to kill me. Can you imagine that?
I mean,
imagine if that wasn't his fault. It clearly was, but...
It clearly was, and I'm imagining what it would be like.
But can you imagine that? I mean, that would be an awkward moment.
That would be... Yeah, that would be pretty... I mean, it was pretty horrific anyway.
Yeah, but we could do a meme of that over Downfall.
What?
You know the film Downfall?
No.
It's a really good film about Hitler's last couple of days in his bunker.
Oh!
And there's loads of memes about it online about cancelling Xbox Live and cancelling and Warcraft account, PlayStation accounts.
I know.
We could do one of them.
I've seen clips of it. I've seen clips of the end. Because somebody was like, it's amazing acting. It actually almost makes you feel sorry for Hitler.
Yeah, it does, but not in a nice way.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit,
like,
man.
You have pity on him. You don't feel sorry for him. You pity him.
Okay.
But I just think that would be a great sketch. Same with, I don't know if I've ever seen this one or if I thought it up.
Copyright Tom Pollen, by the way.
Copyright Tom Pollen.
Tom Pollen and
Contact me. Contact tompollen@hotmail.com.
Oh dear.
There's another one that I thought we could use. Imagine, right?
What are we using these for?
We were just thinking of funny little short films to do, which you probably will do, yeah. And imagine Mary and Jesus.
Mary and Jesus or Mary and Joseph?
No, Mary and Jesus.
Got it.
And
I was wondering whether you just got them mixed.
No.
You're good. You know what you're talking about.
And one day Jesus finishes his dinner.
Yeah.
And goes, Mary, I'm just popping out.
Surely you'd call her
Mum.
Right, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, is that really his mum?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not really, because she didn't do it.
Well, it was really
just carried it.
So... Okay, anyway.
So he goes, well, all right, for the sake of argument. Well, no, we'll stick to Mary, because nobody calls Mary... You know, there's never in the Bible did Jesus ever go, just popping out, Mum.
I don't think it needed to be in the Bible that Jesus...
Okay, so imagine he's going out. He says, Jesus, I'm just nipping out.
Yeah.
Not Jesus. Mary, I'm just popping out.
Yeah.
And then 40 days and 40 nights later, he comes back.
Right.
And it's like late afternoon, and Mary is sat there, and she is livid.
Yeah, she would be fucking cross.
And he comes back, and Mum, I'm back. Mary, I'm back.
Where the fuck have you been?
Jesus Christ, you come here now. And he sits down, and he goes, what, Mum?
What?
Where have you been? That dinner is freezing cold now. For 39 days and 39 nights that dinner's been sat there. You're going to eat it, or I'm never feeding you again.
Yowza.
And Jesus goes, all right, calm down, Mum.
Right.
I mean, this is what my mum would do. No, I won't calm down.
Okay.
Where have you been? And I've just been in the desert. For 40 days and 40 nights, you've been in the desert. Bollocks. You'd be dead. 40 days and 40 nights. And he goes, yeah, Mum, I promise that's where I've been. And she's like, you've been at that club again, haven't you? You have? I haven't, Mum. What's that lipstick? Where? On your Hessian sack. Because he's poor, he's not
Got it, yeah, that's cool.
What's that lipstick? And he goes, what lipstick?
I don't think lipstick was invented then, Tom.
Neither was clubs either. Neither were clubs.
No, that's true. Neither was probably the word.
It was like a social club.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's and she goes, and he goes, what do you mean? That on your shoulder there. Oh, that club. And then that's where the story ends, and they were just like, well, when they were doing the Gospels, we need to sort this out because this story really doesn't put Jesus in the best light.
No, okay.
And they go, well, why don't we just stop it when he comes back?
And then
go from there.
And then it's cool.
Go from there, yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about Mum.
Problem solved. Yeah.
Problem solved. I was trying to abbreviate it and it didn't work.
Prob solved.
Prob solved.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Tom. Really insightful, interesting, completely irrelevant stuff. I love it.
We've got one last point to make. NEC nominations.
Oh, we wanted to talk about NEC nominations, didn't we?
Just briefly.
I mean, I don't really know what we're going to say.
I've got something I want to say.
We did one, didn't we?
Subject.
All right.
Yeah, I've done a couple, and you've.
We did a band one.
Yeah, we did a band one, and I can safely say that there was knee danger.
Knee danger
at all of me dying.
But that's because it was a pint of beer. That was kind of the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People drink heavily in this country.
They do. They
and
can do.
I've certainly drank heavily before. But at no point, because I mean, there's this really tragic story about this boy who sadly died because he did a neck nomination and then jumped in the river.
Fuck, is that what happened?
Yeah, and then he died.
Fuck.
Unsurprisingly, because it was a fairly big river. And people are going, oh, neck nominations are really dangerous. And I'm thinking, really though, what he did wasn't a neck nomination, because neck nomination is basically just backing a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe doing something a little bit silly, like slapping Christian.
That's always fun though, right?
Yeah. But it was on and they were urging people to stop playing the game, and there's this website that's going to be shut down. And I kind of think, like, this person didn't die because he drank a pint.
No, he died because
he jumped into a river.
Well, yeah, this is it. But the thing is that you can say that about everything. It's like guns don't kill people, people do.
Yeah.
You know, it's the sort of similar kind of logic, isn't it? You know,
like
he shouldn't have.
Not in the same. I wouldn't say it's. I would say I can see a point, but I'd say the difference there is that if you, I don't know. I just think you don't shoot someone for a bet, do you? No. It's the same thing as going. What I'm going to do? I've got this gun here on the table. It's a revolver. It's got six bullet places. I'm not, the chamber has 6 bullet holes that it can go into.
You can tell Tom doesn't do this very often.
We're putting 5 in.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to spin it. Close your eyes, and they spin it. It goes, and you can hear it spin. Stops it. Have that pint, and then I'm going to put this against your head and pull it.
Even just having your hand just pointing at me.
But I would say that is probably safer than jumping into a river with strong undercurrents. I'm just saying, like, how foolish do you... I mean, I understand peer pressure and all this stuff, but I just kind of feel like there comes a point where you've just got... Where you've got to be like, that was not all down to peer pressure. I mean, that's partly, stupid.
But the thing is, Tom, obviously, we don't know what happened.
No, I know.
What if he fell or...
He didn't fall, he jumped in for the neck nomination.
For the neck nomination?
I mean, someone else nearly died the other day because they did a neck nomination, and then in a Batman costume, this girl jumped into a river and nearly died.
So
she got pulled out.
I think people just need to generally just stop.
I just think, like,
rivers.
chill out with it. Like, if someone neck nominates you, it should be enough that you just put you downing a beer on the internet should be enough.
Oh, that was plenty for me.
Yeah.
It was horrific.
And
I was burping
beer is
all
cold
night.
and it's fizzy and it's not pleasant.
I got brain freeze.
Yeah. I mean, that is about as unpleasant as I'd want to see one of my friends get into, situation-wise, on the internet. Can you imagine being like, oh, I can't wait to dare Christian to get pissed and then jump off the pier? It's going to be so funny.
No, I can't, because he would literally just drop like a stone.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be dead weight. Yeah.
We love Christian.
We do love him.
He's our fave.
One time we got super stroppy when we were on our way to a gig and he needed some tobacco. So we got there, we got to the petrol station, we stopped, and then 10 minutes later he gets back in with a sandwich and a Red Bull and no tobacco, and we drove off, and then we had to stop again.
Because he was just so ridiculously stroppy.
I mean...
Pretty bad. He is a bit of a gal.
Yeah.
That was a sexist comment on my behalf, but
so basically that's all we wanted to discuss. Really.
I think we're pretty much at the end of our list. I mean, I really don't know how well that's gone.
We'll pop it
probably
online.
Listen back or whatever.
Don't forget to message us with things, because eventually we're going to run out of things to talk about.
Yeah, I mean...
And that's the point when we need someone to step in and say,
I've got this.
This really needs airing. Yeah. But nothing too serious, people. I don't want to be discussing anything where I could get myself in trouble.
Pretty much covering Hitler and religion and people dying from neck nominations.
Yeah, but it was but it wasn't like,
And Chernobyl, we touched on Chernobyl.
We've touched on some important issues. Embarrassing bodies for one. And I hope they listen.
I hope you guys have listened to the point where we're saying
Dr. Christian from Embarrassing Bodies?
I don't know.
Dr. Christian. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, my sister fancies the pants off him.
I could go for a drink with him as long as he washed his hands. I'd be like, have you been at work?
And he'll be like, oh, it's fine, I just used that gel.
I'd be like, man, get in there. Get back in there, you cheeky monkey. I know what's on your hands. Get in. I'll buy my own pint, thanks.
Nice one.
Yeah. All right, well...
thanks for listening.
what should we upload it to? Probably
Like SoundCloud or YouTube or
youtube.com/EdwardAlice Music
Yeah.
or Twitter, EdwardAlice Band, or everything else is just EdwardAlice Music, SoundCloud.
If you found
Facebook.
it, then you've
Then
clearly
you've already stumbled across it, yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Until next time. So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Sad music.
Yes, good.